A very good morning once again to you who's just joining us for the first time. Well, we were with Sakwa and we were catching up on a few things that happened over the weekend. Now we are going to start off with the interviews or conversations of the day. This is the first one where we want to talk about environmental conservation. And for this particular topic, I am joined by Mr. Tranquility Kenya 2024. And he goes by the name Samuel Mwema Mutinda. Is again Mr. Tranquility and Kenya 2024 Climate and a Climate Change Ambassador. Karibu sana.
So, I'm Samuel Mwema Mutinda. Current Mr. Tranquility Kenya 24-23.
24-25.
24-25, yes. So 24-25, alias Mzungu. Mostly I'm known as Mzungu.
Why? Is it the color?
It's a friend of mine, alinipatia hiyo jina nikiwa fresha.
Ukasonga nayo?
Nikasonga nayo.
Okay.
Yeah, so Mr. Tranquility Kenya was developed and founded by Paul Victor and then registered. The current event was for the 3rd edition. It mostly entails of peace, harmony, also climate change, and doing charity for the unworthy or the lately tuseme wenye hawezi jisaidia. Sasa hapo ndio tuna rely sana. Apart from Mr. Tranquility, I'm working with the Wezesha Youth Initiative. So here we are working as a group to promote at least we can nurture talents and also help them in the industry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. So you have different things that you're doing. So for Mr. Tranquility, it's not just about the peace and harmony, but also advocating for climate change mitigation efforts and adaptation efforts, right?
Yeah.
And then now you're also involved in empowering the less fortunate in the society.
Yeah.
Right. Quite commendable. You're doing a great job.
Thank
so
you.
What are you doing in your own capacity as Mr. Tranquility Kenya and also as an ambassador of climate change?
As Mr. Tranquility Kenya, I have the project which is currently on the way and also it's running, in which some NGOs I'm partnering with them and working with them like in every month to help in the climate change. We normally plant more than 1,000 trees every month. This we normally do it in estates. Like for now we have done more than 7 estates.
Wow.
In Thika sub-county. And we are looking forward to plant more. Also, pia tunapanga kupanda pia Nairobi kiasi.
Songa kila mahali.
Yeah.
So far, if it's 100 trees every month, then we plant 7 estates. So only 700 trees.
No,
1,000. We plant 1,000 trees.
More than 1,000.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Quite a good number. All right. Interesting. What drove you? Nini kufanya utake kukua, this ambassador of climate change?
Mostly, I came to realize that Kenya watu wengi wakipanga kitu kutengeneza na tuseme nyumba, furnitures, mostly wanatumia the furnitures ya miti kukata tu mti. But sasa wakikata, previously nikikumbuka kidogo Wangari Maathai ilikuwa nasema ukikata mti moja panda 2. But sasa mimi ninakuja na ile say ya ukikata mti panda 5 na umeeshe. If you cut 1, grow 5. That this will help in the climate change which is affecting the whole world. Also itasaidia kama wenye the young generations which wanakuja. Kama ukisaidia mti kumea, kuipanda na upige picha, it make sense. But when you plant it, grow it, piga picha ya kwanza. Then come after 2 months, piga picha ya pili tuone venye umemesha. Then the third time, piga mti yako picha around 5 months. Tuone mti yako imefika wapi. That's how we take it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's a difference because kuna hizi holidays watu walipatiwangwa waka plant trees, some did not, but it's not just enough to plant trees. So mimi nilipanda 10 trees and you do not know if they are dead or they're still there, or
Yeah.
So that's the essence. It's to see that the tree that you planted has grown. That helps in climate, and conserving the environment and saving the climate, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Tuambie, why is it important, especially for youth, to talk about environmental conservation?
The youth, to talk about environmental conservation is that in employments, the youths are not likely. Tapata, most of the youths are unemployed. So we look for kwa hizi kupanda miti in the environment conservation. It motivates them, giving them employment. Kama ukiamua kupatia vijana kama 5 a portion of land, wachukue a tree nursery. Hii tree nursery wanaweza jisaidia wenyewe kuenda kusupply kwa shule, kusupply kwa outside the counties, in which waki supply outside, they get their employments, which they will be funded back in increasing the growing of their plantations. Hivyo sasa ndio sana tuna focus. Yeah.
So you're saying that kuna that side of empowerment where youths are being empowered, by tree nursery, you grow those two small seedlings, small baby trees.
Yeah.
And then now you sell it so that people plant it and watu wanabaingi, right?
Yeah.
So people have those spaces or the lands. Are this availed by the government, who avails the land for the youth to do this tree seedlings so that they can sell and empower themselves through the money that they're getting?
So we normally say that don't give a person the fish, give him the hook ajichukulie fish.
Okay.
So you'll give him like wezesha youth wakupatia kama a small portion to go and plant. They'll give you only one, seme wakupatia only one packet. Now that packet, you'll use it to create the portion that you have been given wisely. Now from that portion, ikianza kukuanisha, now you'll buy the other packets, which will increase the growings.
What is the packets?
The packets for same as a miti.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you start off from there. They just give you that starter in it boost, and then now from whatever you're earning, now you invest back to the business, to yourself, and then it becomes something that can earn you good money, and you can even employ others.
Yeah.
All right, interesting. Now, when we talk about the planting trees, nini, and all that, it positively participates to climate change, saving our environment, conserving our environment. And now, what are the effects of climate change? What is happening in climate, with our climate, that needs these actions to be taken?
For one, we are experiencing long droughts, unexpected rainfalls. So kama last, I guess it's last year or this year, we have experienced the floodings.
This year.
Yeah. And hii may affect sana watu wengi, since many have come being homeless. Watu wamepoteza nyumba na vitu zao kulingana na venye floods imefanya. Also kwa droughts utapata watu wengi, seme the unfortunate pande yao kupatikanangi mvua vile. The long droughts, they are affected by the global warming, climate changing. Hii inafanya sasa hao watu wenye wako na hii drought wanapatikana kwa drought mostly are likely to suffer most. Sisitaka kusema nakufa, lakini sasa
it's the current situation that kwa ground vitu ni mbaya. That's
yes,
that kind of design. Okay, maybe even as we continue the conversation, I'm being asked for your social media handles. Where can people find you?
At my social media handles, it's Samuel Mwema _Mzungu or Mzungu 254.
Mzungu 254.
All through.
Okay, Mzungu 254 or Samuel
_Mzungu.
Samuel _Mzungu. So any of those, they can find you there.
Yeah.
Tafuta moja or ingine. Okay. So now we're talking about the effects of climate change. Tumeona the droughts, prolonged long droughts. We've seen the floods and what it's doing to us. So if we do not take charge, what are we likely to see? Kutakuwa na any further effects to our environment based on the changing climate patterns?
Based on the changing climate patterns, we are likely to experience change. We are likely to experience what to call jina ikuji
Jina imepotea.
inapotea.
But it's going to affect people.
It will affect mostly our younger generation. Since us, we are the ones who are taking in the affected climate. So as the chemicals and the emissions zinaingia kwa kwetu, our younger generations utapata sasa their genes are affected more. Mostly their genes. Okay. Utapata mwingine the concentration is not rhyming with the environment yenye atakuwa nayo the future one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's interesting because when we talk about climate change, it's just the drought, it's just the floods, but it also has challenges, psychological challenges, it has health challenges associated with climate change. So there's a lot on and we need to do something about it. So apart from planting trees, how can people be part of this? How can people participate in mitigating the effects of climate change? What adaptation measures vitu gani tunaweza fanya apart from now just planting trees?
Apart from planting trees ni kuinvolve kwa going green. Going green, it's not only about planting trees, it's about taking care of your environment. This entails that if it's a building you're building, unatengeneza nyumba, make sure at least the nature is conserved. You'll not have to cut off the tree or the environment to clear out, but you'll have to measure the way you will conserve your environment. Yeah.
Okay. Are there other things like technology or innovation rather that people can tap into? Yenye inaweza saidia, like, because now youths are innovative people, so kuna vitu gani youths wanaweza fanya, wanaweza innovate, wanaweza go out of their way to that will help in mitigating the effects?
Youths can there's this solar paneling for planting. That is technology which has been developed where you will use the sunlight, solar, to grow.
How?
Inapitia kwa solar tu ndani. The energy from the sun through the solar will help the plantation to grow. Okay. Utapata kuna like is an agricultural show where I found onions and fruits being grown within a container. But top of the container kulikuwa na solar. So kupata kujua kiasi hapo nipata they are using the solar energy to grow the plantations. Yeah.
Interesting. So kuna vitu kama hizo zenye watu wanaweza angalia na waone bas
Yeah, kwanza Gen Z wako na akili mingi, so wanaweza develop kitu tu.
Vitu kama hizo. Now what you know, kuna vitu mingi pia ina participate kwa climate change. If in affect even in fashion, you know, you as Mr., you know, you have modeled, you know, if you're fashionable and all that, but fashion is also an area that needs to, an industry that needs to change, to evolve, to sort of accommodate the effects of climate change, but also adapt to the changing times, so that it's fit enough because of the materials and everything. So we're talking about sustainable fashion, you know. And other industries. We have seen the transport industry, we are trying to move to the electrical vehicles still. What other industries, you know, emissions by company inda, you know, those that are very heavy on the fumes and everything. So still around this, what do you think about it?
What I think about it is that in fashion industry, mostly you will find less men in the fashion industry. This is due to men are not, wanaume wengi utapata awanini hawakui favored vile. For a man to pass through the fashion industry, atakuwa ameinvest sana in fashion way, but mostly men will say that fashion is for ladies. Wanaonanga urembo ni ya wanawake, not for gents. But I would say the love for fashion is broad. Inaweza kuwa unataka kuvaa design the old schools, the aged, or the new fashion, the upcoming fashion, or the current. But kwa wale wenye wako na negative, I usually have the positive impact that the positive perspective that fashion can help you grow a person's motivation or grow a person to the extent that him or she akiingia kwa organization with his own projects, anaweza develop hiyo project yake kama ya miti na climate change ama climate action kupanda. Yeah.
Okay, so that's fashion. What other area do you see that needs to be that we need to work on, industry, you know, that we need to work on to ensure that climate action is taken?
Burudia.
What other industries, what other areas? You've talked about fashion. Areas gani zingine zine action needs to be taken ndo tukue in line with climate action?
Another action that can be taken into consideration is that the Green Scouts. Mostly Green Scouting is that Scouts, it's not all about the children. Unasikianga scout unafikiria tu ni mtoto, but there are other people more than 26-year-old na bado scouting. To me, I've encoded from, nimekuwa scout from since I was in primary till now. Now I'm a scout trainer.
Okay.
So the way I see it is that most of the scouts, in the consideration that hawapati the opportunity ya kumentariwa, kugrowiwa kwa tuseme financially or emotionally, utapata mental health, sa zingine watu wapati kuji-explore, but ukiwa kwa scout you'll get the chance to explore yourself, know the internal you, yenye huwezi ongea. You know, in scouting you can shout abnormally, but the other scouts will say ako sawa pia. It's a way like saying it's okay to be okay.
It's okay to be okay or not to be okay?
It's okay not to be okay. It's okay to be okay.
Whichever. That might explain your what do you call it?
My scarf.
Your scarf, yes,
Yeah.
in a Kaila Scouts. So you've incorporated it well in your outfits. Okay.
Yeah.
So that being Mr. Tranquility and what you stand for, does it come with any particular pressure for you?
To me,
Mm-hmm.
the particular pressure that I am encountering is that I have to, before my term ends, I have to make others, all my younger brothers and sisters, at least they reach another level where I have not reached.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. So for you, it is to mentor others to get to your level and even surpass it.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Where does the government come in this conversation of environmental conservation and climate change?
The government, I would like it to come through where they'll have to help the youths in the non-organized, in the NGOs, to develop the fact that they'll they'll involve the youths in most activities which are global. In a planting and growing, they'll have to give employment to the youths, since most of the people within the, let's say our country, they are mostly youths. The larger percentage is youths. So I would say the government to help the youths in gaining the access to these plantations, giving them opportunities to kuwa employed na kupata funds.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they empower the youths in this particular area. And now finally, as we conclude on this, what opportunities are there for the youths again, since we are a youth station? What opportunities are there for the youths in tapping into climate change, coming up with solutions in climate change, businesses around climate change? What opportunities are there?
Opportunities which are there is that there are projects being run by, let's say, by the Kiambu Rover Scouts. They are doing a project where they, let's say, plastic titanus. The plastic titanus entails a lot. It's using plastics in doing creativity. You'll create a dustbin using plastic. You'll create an outfit using plastics. You'll do business using plastics by recycling the plastics. So I would say that opportunities are there, and if you include yourself in the projects that the scoutings, the NGOs which are doing projects, you'll get your chance to evolve and develop yourself. Yeah.
How do they tap into those to scouting if they want to join such groups, if they want to get the opportunities where there's the plantations are being offered, where where your group, the welfare group, is supporting them? How can they get in touch and this kind of support?
Kenya Scouts Association, it's wide, it's all over social media, it's Facebook, Twitter,
all social media platforms.
All social media platforms. It's there. If you need assistance, you can contact them through your county.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Any other? When they get to the Scouts Association, they'll get pretty much all the details.
They'll get pretty much all the details,
right.
Since in every county there's a scout leader.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So now they know. Where can they get you again? On your social media handles. And in case you want to, you have a parting shot that you want to close with, this is your camera.
So my social media handles is Samuel Mwema _ Samuel Mwema Mzungu or Mzungu 254. Big up to everyone listening to this, especially my mom. She's my designer mostly.
Wow, wonderful.
I thank her for these outfits. Nampatianga designs ananitengenezea.
Hey.
Yeah. And so if you are in need to get in touch with me, social media, Mzungu. Yes.
Great. Thank you very much, Mr. Tranquility Samuel, for coming to the show and sharing with us your insights on this particular topic. So we have been talking to Mr. Tranquility Kenya 2024. He's also a climate change ambassador. His name is Samuel Mwema Mutinda, and we've been talking about environmental conservation and climate change. I hope you've taken something from that. We take a short break after this, and then Brian Sakwa will be coming up with the next conversation, an interesting conversation. And we want to know how you manage stress as a man. How do you create that work-life balance? Talk to us at Y254 channel. The hashtag is Y in the morning. We'll see you on the other side of the break.